Hi, I'm Amy.
I'm Laura.
And we are TwoPaperGirls.
Today we're doing Project 2015 video number 2. That is our book and film review of Insurgent.
It's slightly late because we forgot.
Last time we got together and filmed, we had every intention of doing this. It was straight after we saw the film and we just completely forgot, and we haven't been able to film since because I went on holiday, so we're finally getting this video to you.
Even though we do have a lot to say about the film in itself and also how it compares to the book, although Laura hasn't read it and I read it quite a long time ago, so I'm a bit rusty on the book, but as we're talking about the film, the book's going to come back to me and we can make some good comparisons. Let's just get straight into it.
I think the first thing I thought about the film is that I really enjoyed it. I liked the Divergent film, but I'd read the book and I much preferred the book. I found the film quite slow, kind of like the first Hunger Games. There's lots of setting everything up and it was a bit slow, but this film, so I think I went into this one with low expectations, so I was really impressed, and I didn't know what was going to happen, so there was lots of suspense.
I preferred the Insurgent film to the book. I remember reading the book and being very bored in many places, just because Triss is paralysed by her fear, but in the film she's a lot more go get 'em.
Yeah.
She just is more badass in the film, as compared to the book. It just kind of drags on, and it's really big.
Yeah, it is
it's
long.
actually quite a long book, and it's just the same. It's just her travelling, and I got a bit confused. It's like some of the ways that they have things in the movie, like all the scientific stuff. I think even though it's not in the book, it's meant to be rural and poor, and like it's in the city, but it's like they don't have the equipment in the film, but the way it's explained in the film makes more sense than in the book.
Yeah, I mean, we also saw it with my boyfriend Robin and our friend Jade, who have both read the book, and they said, maybe spoilers now, that the end of the film, you know, they're trying to open the box up where they have to have a Divergent who can open every category. Apparently that's not in the book at all. There's no real big simulation like there is. I mean, there is a message that they have to discover, but it's not hidden in a box with lots of simulations that she has to go through. But I thought that worked really well in the film. I think that was one of my favourite things because it was just really clever, and it made Janine seem really evil and more of a villain than apparently she's in the book. I thought that was a really good ending. It was just really exciting.
In the book, that's just reminded me, there's no real person that you hate.
Yeah.
Everyone's just sort of like on the verge of being completely evil and completely not.
Yeah.
Apart from Thor and Triss, who are just like a bit like wet lettucey. Yeah, we're good, but we don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And there's Caleb, who's just like, spoilers, but he betrays Triss at the end. And Peter, who he's a villain, but the way he saves Triss at the end.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's redeemed, but Janine is the person like you're meant to hate the most, and even then you don't hate her as much as you're meant to. In the book, she's really not likeable.
That also reminds me, in the film, I thought Ansel Elgort did a really good job of Caleb, because since The Fault in Our Stars has come out, I thought it might be really weird to see him as Shailene Woodley. Like, I thought I wouldn't be able to get Tiffyos out of my head, but he's a good actor and he was playing a different person, and you could really tell, like, the way he spoke and walked and the way he ran all, like, nerdy, because he's meant to really not be up to all the Divergent stuff that they get up to. And I thought his acting was really good because you could really tell he was playing a different person, so that them suddenly being brother and sister wasn't really a problem.
Another thing that I didn't really like, but I can't really decide on whether it was better or worse in the film, is how this book is basically how Christina deals with the fact that Triss has murdered Will, and their relationship is quite a big part of the book, how it changes and how she forgives her and how they don't get on and they fight. And in the film they just skip over it so quickly, like the erudite when they're injecting her, and it just goes really fast. And in the book, does she resist it in the book? And I think she does get past it and it doesn't come out till later.
Oh. She did try and resist it in the film, but she couldn't help it.
I can't remember if she can. I think she actually does, because she's Divergent, and that's how they find out that Thor isn't. Or do they already know that? I can't really remember, but it's just the way that it's so dragged out in the book, that Triss has got this secret, and then it takes ages to come out that she's shot Will, and then it carries on for ages, and so does the fact that she can't hold a gun. And it's just really
Yeah.
It just drags out. In the film it was a lot more, right, she deals with it, she hates it, but she gets over it. In the book I think she's a lot less badass.
Yeah, I do really like Shailene Woodley as Triss because she is quite an irritating character, but I think she definitely makes her likeable. You feel sorry for her trauma. It doesn't get irritating like it does in the book. And yeah, I think her and Thor had a lot of chemistry, which was really good as well. Because I think in the first film, I felt like he looked so much older than her. It was kind of verging on creepy. I felt she looked about 16 and he looked about 25. But in this film, I think they were a bit more like evenly matched. It was cute.
That's another thing. In the book, I think in Insurgent, she's still afraid to be with him in that way because that was one of her biggest fears.
Yeah.
In Divergent. She doesn't just get over that straight away in Insurgent, but in the film, she's just like, I'll lie in bed with Thor.
Oh, that might be quite a bad thing then about the film, is that they don't really show that. Because they do show in Divergent her being all like, ooh, intimacy.
Yeah, she doesn't get over that straight away in Insurgent. Like, they do slowly get over it and they get more to at that point, but it's still not straight away.
One thing I really liked, you might see this a bit in the book but I haven't read it, is how you could see each faction, like where they lived. I really like seeing Kandor in like where they live and all their clothes, how they're all black and white because they're all like right and wrong, lie and truth. I thought that was really just cool to see the way they dressed and everything. And you see that a bit with Erudite as well, but you see that more in the first film. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I like seeing the factionless as well. Apparently in the book that's meant to be Edward, the guy who gets his eye ripped out. That's meant to be him, who's the leader of them. But in the film it's just like a random person because they didn't put the eye pulling out in the first film, so they had a different person, but that was fine. It didn't really bother me.
Or remembered, there's a big thing that they changed in the film. In the book, Triss kills Eric with her bare hands.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think she strangles him to death.
Oh.
But Triss is definitely... Oh, does she shoot him? Either way, Triss kills Eric, not Thor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think that's a big thing.
Yeah,
because Thor and Eric were friends.
I really like Peter in the film as well because the guy that plays him, I can't remember his name, he was in Whiplash and he's kind of like an upcoming star and he was really good, I thought. I didn't expect him to be good. I thought Caleb was like pretending to be nasty and would end up saving the day, but no, Caleb's just horrible. But yeah, I was really surprised by Peter coming to the rescue at the end, but he's quite likeable even though he does really horrible things. When he's being nice, he is likeable and I think he's just a really good character.
He isn't in the book though.
Isn't he?
No, even when he does nice things in the book, you still hate him.
Oh, okay.
She still makes you hate him.
Yeah, he's quite charismatic in the film, I think.
Yeah, I think the way he plays him, it makes him likeable when he does the nice things. But even when he does the nice things, you still think he's doing it for his own agenda.
Yeah.
And there's one thing left to say about Uriah. I think we've cleared most of the things up. But Uriah, like, he is one of the main characters in this book, and he has about 5 minutes screen time.
Yeah, that's true. He's barely in it. I really liked him in Divergent, the book. I don't think he was in the film that much either. But yeah, they just kind of meet on a roof and he gets shot with the controlling thing. Lots of spoilers in this video, sorry. But yeah, no, he was barely in it, which was disappointing because I really liked him in the first book.
Christina wasn't in it really, and Thor's dad and Thor's mum wasn't really in it. Just basically, they just skipped over most of the characters that weren't main characters.
Yeah, but it was still like over 2 hours, the film was, so but none of it felt dragged out. I don't think they could have got rid of anything. It is a big book.
They're definitely going to split Allegiant into 2 parts.
I might just finish this trilogy with the films because they're good films and the books don't get good reviews past the first one, so...
I think the film for Allegiant is going to be really, really good just because of the ending of Allegiant of the book, which I haven't read, but I spoiled it for myself because I read half of it and it was awful. So I've spoiled myself for the ending. But I reckon the film's going to be a lot better as it was for Insurgent.
If you've seen Insurgent recently, let us know down below what you thought of it or about the book as well. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye!